Boy, you quick. You ready? Catch it, catch it. Good boy. One more time. Come on. Yeah, come on right there. Get it, Papa. All right. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Good boy. Hope I ain't put too much cayenne. Need some cayenne extract. Let me see what that looks like. Cayenne extract, right? Woo! Woo! Ooh, I put too much cayenne. Oh, that burns the hell up though. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. I'm gonna turn the fan on. I'm just God dog. Holy smack. I'm like a ball and 2 tablespoons. Oh shit. Damn, it's a lot. was playing. Alright, let me see here. I think it's Sprouts. Right? Oh, shut the fuck up. I didn't ask you. These sons of bitches are retarded, man. Yeah, I appreciate it, brother. Now I'm getting updates. I'm not turning the updates off. I forgot to turn them off on the phone, too. I don't care about being right. What in the... Dude. What? Huh? No, we'll play in a minute, Bubba. We'll play in a minute. Rid of that. Why is that back on here? Boy, I'll tell you. They done changed a whole lot. Just because I got rid of permissions, these people are ridiculous. They are funny. I got rid of permissions, and these motherfuckers. stopped working. Let's see what happens now. Let's tap on that. Is it still going to be optimized? Wow. All the way back to the beginning. For about 6 years, 5 years, it's never done this. Wow. That's stupid. Excuse me. All right. Shut you all out first, and then we're gonna get into it. My tablet is doing some weird stuff. The layout's changed. It's not an update. It's being nosy, as if, like, I haven't already discussed everything on here. This is retarded. It's funny. This is funny. Thomas Paine. Yeah. Some people say, why don't you just close them all? And for what? Okay, there we go. I opened up new brackets and they didn't even show. And that's, I got more than enough. All right. People be stuck on in chats and shit. I just can't do it. They don't want to free themselves. They want to address all this stuff. I don't know why. Maca. All right. No, we don't want to reload. Now, where's this at? Wow. Okay, here we go. After all that. Trust that. About $28. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, guys? Let me turn this down. Yesterday I said 35, right? I meant the 22 Raptor. So they're saying that it landed in Cuba. How could it land if there's no pilot in it? Then they say it crashed in South Carolina, place where I got some relatives at over there too. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, but these people are hard pressed. Now, some people who follow me on other pages, and I follow you as well, know that I've been posting certain things about statements made by Bill Gates, who's supposed to be a computer engineer, you know, software, blah, blah, blah. But he's all part of this vaccination, this, that, and other. And they want to shut you down on these platforms and everything when you mention these things as if it's okay. Now, a lot of people are aware that the UN, once it was established, was supposed to be about the right things, but it has been utilized for the wrong things. Right now, they're warmongering. You know, the most disturbing thing is to see all the different people, because you know how many people live from here in so-called South America? You can't even imagine the number. And then you look at all those who came here, a lot of them aren't really from down there. I have people, I got some people in Chicago. Something wrong with y'all, and Las Vegas and a few other places. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, but y'all not addressing the situation. You're addressing it like little thugs and knucklehead gangsters, and some people even in the Aboriginal community. It's like the most dumbest thing. But I'm gonna shout y'all out here. This is very. I think I put 2.5 tablespoons of. This is I see. Just to let you know, pineapple, a little bit of mango, and black wild cherries, with 2.5 tablespoons of cayenne pepper. It's about the amino acids, which your body makes protein. You don't have to force feed it protein. The worst thing we do is give ourselves protein by animals, even though it tastes good because we've been nurtured to do so. But your body, I mean, you look at a buffalo, a cow, you look at all these things, hippos that eat seaweed, kelp, fruits, vegetables, and they're buck-eyed strong, but they're in the sun all the time, and they're walking and moving, and their bodies build protein based upon the aminos, the diets that they get. And so it boggles my mind that we have been so lucid to look at these idiots who take fruit, manipulated them when there was nobody starving, other than the things they were doing with the HIV, the malaria, and everything else they've created and doing it in certain countries. Now, you literally heard Bill Gates and about 12 others speak about reducing the population in so-called Africa, the original Europeans. These people are the witness of madness. And then we look at them on our own land. You actually got Pelicans who want to argue about the rich origin of history as if history that they've given. I mean, look at New York. They want to take down the statue of George Washington because I keep telling you he's a Negro. There are 3 books that allude to the fact that George Washington was no goddamn president and he was a Negro. Established to be something that never existed because even Abe Lincoln was not a president. But people have a hard time reciprocating because all that information didn't come out until after he was murdered. That a president all of a sudden appeared. Just like they said in Mexico, the first president was a Negro, just like the Negro who found L.A. And see, when you have these, because I had this Mexican cat, not somebody I know, but a friend of somebody who I know who actually wanted to stab him in the neck, a Mexican brother. I don't like saying Mexican, but I'm only doing it for your identity purposes. He says, hold on, I'll let you ask him. So he called me. And he asked me, so you got something against Mexicans? I says, first of all, I got something against anybody that motherfucking will claim names, titles, and this, that, and the other, and believe that Hollywood and everything else with the CIA and the media is supposed to make motherfuckers like us scared. Nigga, we ain't scared of shit. Because, see, I've been to L.A. and all over there, and I see how Negroes react to anybody come thugging. And they cut you down in a heartbeat. It doesn't matter what, see, the hype of people locked up is different from the personification of who's on the street and what's going on. Now, I says, let me tell you something. A lot of you have this identity crisis. While ours being pressed upon us by some Ashkenazis. I have Hindus now all of a sudden wondering, on TikTok, and I tell them straight up, first of all, you don't even know your true history. Even the religion you practice, you don't even know 12% of that. And it was never a religion. It was a whole thing around the earth, and no one knows if it was overlords over it or established because of something else. Now you see what I have up there, right? Now, when you want to think about, how do you pronounce his name? Down in so-called South America. I hate that term, South America, North America. Anyway, anyway, the serpent king or the serpent people. It's funny how everybody wants to excuse the reality of that being the period or the time after the Anunnaki were dispersed. It was realized that they could be killed. And people have a hard time with this lizard thing. When more and more people are speaking on the exact see, I don't bite my tongue when I say, when I saw the motherfucker eyes do like that, and my brother from Chicago, half Sicilian, left me standing there. And there was hardly nobody around in front of a restaurant where nobody was really paying attention. It was 2 people in there. All right. And I'm standing there because I'll tell you, my face went straight blank when his eyes did that. And I was sitting there saying, we ain't drinking. I don't go out overseas. I didn't go out and get drunk. Somebody alluded to the fact, well, Brad, you might be the perfect reincarnation of something that they tampered with. I said, it's possible. I said, the lizards stay in front of my door. People are asking me, why are the lizards always in front of your door? Why are there always feathers found in front of your door? I said, I don't know. I says, I ground myself. I believe being one with the earth and the earth being one with I. I says, y'all's existence is about a name, the clothes you wear, the physical. I said, are you aware that everything in this bowl, even the sand to make this glass, is free? I said, somebody came along before the reset and says, hey, let's make everybody pay. And then they wanted to incorporate it in the history and saying that people paid for everything. We were under the Republic. There was a barter system. Had nothing to do with payment. Bartering is not payment. It is a return of favor. Just as in the Bible, which you idiots who don't know no better, talking about the tribe of Levi, and when they talk about making a what? Think about it. You always go in there and make all these punk ass, fake ass, vile pastors and preachers and churches rich by paying a what? A tithe. Tithe has nothing to do with coin. It has to do with food, storage, everything up to a certain part, which is based upon our old way. The starving times. How about you? How many of y'all know that when the first segregation happened, that was the last third time before, because even with Cristobal Colon over there, we were going around the world to make sure everybody had enough food to eat. Pumpkin, vegetables, fruits. 640 what? Vegetables and fruits over in so-called Africa, right? And 600 are from here. When they talk about okra, I'm like, wait, okra, the origin of the seeds, even in the pictographs, come from America. But I had this one knucklehead African who don't know whether he's originally from here or Europe, and they want to hold these false entitlement arguments based on CNN, this, that, and the other, KNORP, all these other news channels, and these liars and these professors of the worst kind and teachers of the most pragmatic, deceptive order, and they want to think they can have a conversation with somebody who actually knows something. I don't know a whole lot. The little bit I know, I'm going to discuss. I get tired of these things. I've got people on Facebook and Instagram who's sitting there talking about like that's a platform really to be conveying certain things that shouldn't be conveyed. Just like on here, I'm doing it because I'm beyond that scope. I wouldn't advise everybody to do it. You know, people have a hard time because it's a whole nother paradigm. Like these idiots who want to block me because of their fear. I'm not here to stop them. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. We're dealing with us. Look at that goofy looking thing running around, jumping in the water, swearing it's a girl, went through the sex change, Bud Light and all that other stuff, and how retarded he sounds. But see, people don't want to believe that this is based upon chemical lobotomization. And they love this stuff because they are just as crazy. And y'all seen Charles Schwab at the beach with his little young girl, and then they have this thing, right, where they're going after Russell Brand. England, but I was over there. You can be with a 16-year-old and they'll wear your ass out. I didn't do it because I have different moral, because I was raised by older people. I like older women or women my age. And the women that were young, well, actually my second wife was my exact same age. My first wife was my junior by about 8 years or something like that. Both Spanish. Glad to let the Mexican guy know you don't even know my background. Y'all run around with this, I'm Mexican and he's black. Motherfucker, black's not a nationality or a motherfucking nation or a people. See, the ignorance of the world is scripted by who? See, I don't bite my tongue with this. I have Ashkenazi uncles. It's a big difference. And if you call them Ashkenazi or Jewish, they'll kill you. They test, and they're very dark. Probably more of Arab or a remnant of the original people. Okay, in Brooklyn, New York, Red Hook. And let me tell you something, they'll kill you. Vietnam, both of them, veterans. Kill you as soon as you open to breathe. Okay? And these idiots really believe in the world they've been scripted in because of the drug stuff and all that based upon the 1970s, that if that's supposed to mean something when we've been dealing with this for a long damn time. You want to be cynical? Take your ass over there to what they call and all them places, Pakistan, and go and see how they kill people. How about reading the history of our people and the black mafias and everything else? The shit they're doing down there is nothing. See, this is what I'm talking about, the displacement of truth and the reality of conscription. The reality of conscription brings everybody in. How you have all these children talking about, I'm non-binary and all this other retarded shit. They fuck the children up and make the military weak, and they're doing the things they're doing because of what? Because of us. But it's not because of us. It's because of them and their sickness and the fact that they don't want us to heal the land or this earth. That's why it's paramount and it's indicative to you to raise your self-awareness and your spirit, God damn it, your source, your pure information. But don't be afraid, because it doesn't stop here. For them, that's why they keep cloning and everything else. Some people have a hard time. Somebody says, do you think there are lizards? I says, let me tell you something, man. I'm getting tired of these terms and stuff. As far as our people as a nation, many people want to believe that we're animalistic ritualists. Bullshit. We gave thanks to everything around us because there was an order to it. We didn't worship shit. We were in balance with it. See, this is what I'm talking about, the predicament of that which is conceptualized or conceived because of the only information given. And see, people don't even know what order is, nor do they know what love is. It's only one kind. The thing is, people believe it's a whole facsimile of all different types of things because your existence is physical and material. You refuse to look beyond that. Prove to me that you haven't, every one of you. Or that you don't. Honestly. Let me take another sip of this hot ass killing back in my throat shit. They say the world is a stage and we're the audience. Shit, we're on the stage. Do you think you have to stay up there and wait for Mr. Booth to come in while you're looking at yourself, pop one in your head so you dissipate from the stage of life? Or can you change the act in the scene? Conventional warfare? Look, man, it's biological. That's only one part of it. That's based upon the ignorance of those who have false egos and parameters that have no reality because they believe that they still want to attain something, but they're not reaching for the right thing. And when they do, they go to a religion that's a consortium of our old history. I'm not religious, no way, shape, form, or nothing. I have an understanding of something that's a little more beneficial. Okay? Who's it beneficial to? To I and I, self. What do they say? Self and I, what? How do we elevate? Do I elevate on the back of you? That would hold you down, wouldn't it? Do I elevate walking alongside you if we're walking the same direction? Can never walk the same path. See, that's a misnomer as well. How in the hell can you walk the path that I'm walking that's chosen for me when your dictatorship may mean for something else? You might be pragmatic more in teaching the youth. You might be more pragmatic in taking care of in construction or building or this, that, and the other, and communicating with others. Everybody's got a different platform, but that those trails that go in the same direction gives everybody their own path and focus. Does it mean elevation? Yeah, but you can also walk a path that takes you to the lower essence. You dig what I'm saying? So we must walk one life, but to be upright. And most, like I said, 99.99% of people don't know what love is. Olives, free. Burro bananas, the original ones, free. Watermelon, earth, roots, water, free. And what these sons of bitches do? Create a calamity to bring us down, to have us all in contempt of one another. I look at those dumb little two niggas, and they locked 17-year-old driver up who ran over that retired chief of police in Las Vegas and ran the other person off the road and did a few other things. These people, I can't speak hate against. Though you can feel it probably, right? I don't. I see the symptom of what they've created and then how it's plagiarized by a bunch of idiots in costumes and everything else, believing they're exactly something, especially when I watch supposedly well-spoken, intellectually intelligent, taught, well-trained, I say taught like in a zoo, individuals speak on these things because they're overly emotional. I don't care if they're ex-police or this, that, and the other, Tatum, all of them. And they don't have a clue how to react appropriately because they don't know the first thing about being appropriate in a reaction based upon order. Because the most significant thing is they think they're greater than. See, this is when we get into that intrepidation of ego. So when they're coming out the Russell Brand about raping a girl, Jerry Lee Lewis married his cousin. How old was she? 13? You do want to keep going? Actually, I have. That's why I had to charge that up. Last night, laying up in the bed at 8 o'clock, I was fishing through some stuff, and I was like looking at all these individuals, even people that have been in Congress, who are marrying relatives, young, youthful people in the 60s and 70s, and they're still married and have kids and families and everything. And I'm sitting there saying, whoa, these individuals in the so-called y'all's politics are the sickest son of bitches. And yes, do I believe there are things other than you? You fucking ain't right they are. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't care. Just because you ain't seeing it don't mean shit. I ain't seeing your shit doesn't mean that you don't shit, does it? I've seen people eat beets, poop red, and go screaming to the VA. Oh, bleeding out my ass. Let's stop getting dicked in it. Anyway, it's beets, motherfucker. And you gotta explain it to them. In Delaware, I saw it. It even happened to me. First time I started doing this beet juice shit, and I was like, oh shit. You know? Unbelievable. Everything is free. Hate really doesn't exist. The personification of ignorance and the arrogance to it, well, a major symptom that everybody has. And those emotions that I keep telling you be getting checked, how can you check it if you don't check the source that's creating it? It's not your feelings, that's a symptom based on the chemicals, based on the lies, the conscription that you've been rolled into. Okay? These motherfuckers are running around unimpeded as if it's okay because they have enough people in costume who are ignorant and dumb as fuck, who don't know how to change and do better and move in a better degree. Then you have a lot of religious construct sorts who can't free themselves, and they believe in the deity of that. And let me tell you something about religion. Do you know what it is? It is no different from that goddamn bull down on Wall Street. You are worshiping a deity. You are worshiping something that doesn't need worshiping, but respect of looking into self, to better self by adhering to the principles and the precepts laid out, whether it be in the Quran, the Torah, or the fucking Bible. And nobody's doing that. Want me to lay that down again for you? That's why everybody's running around blind, hating, mad, angry, envious, jealous, don't know how to free themselves from what they've been conscripted into because they've walked into it instead of saying the diatribe now is to release myself, relinquish myself to a better position and place in life. And it's not monetary or capitalism, which keeps people in the false ideology of democracy based on a conscription of libertarianism or conservatism. All bullshit. You have people here from other places guiding, and y'all wouldn't look at all the peckerwoods and some Negroes after Desert Storm that would help Mr. Bundy out at his ranch. That's right. There were the little sick ass FBI wasn't going to get their Waco, Texas, or Rudy Rich, and then they turned around and a couple a Spanish motherfucker and like homeboy Mr. Cooper and murdered him using the FBI who just had the sickest report put on them, but they're still moving and operating. But they want to go over there because Biden says I didn't in no way tell the ATF. And how can you weaponize organizations that were never meant to be utilized by the government that way? Well, that shows you infiltration. Problem is there's a lot of good people working in those fields. How do you think who are they supposed to trust to be able to turn around and go, You know how many people have died from the CIA, the FBI, and this, that, and other? Do you know how many have been murdered? Do you know how many have left the jobs? Do you have any idea? Even on the police forces. Oh yeah, we got good ones here. I ain't gonna lie. Well, we got some that's a little sideways. It's everywhere. But the thing is, it's not about that. It's about looking at the seeing the symptom for what it is, and finding out the root motherfucking cause, the problem. I told you it's the goddamn Ashkenazis. You don't want to listen. But every one of the bitches of old look like what? Some kind of reptilian? Why do you all grow tails? And that's right. The Negroes that grow tails, they have that goddamn R1H, that blood type. And nobody wants to listen or believe that. We never had no goddamn tails. Never in existence. You don't believe in Atlantis falling and going into the cult like doing things that we weren't supposed to do, creating things, and then when we fell, somebody came along and says, oh, we got them now. We couldn't get them before, but we got them now. And look at you all. Like pigs eating off the scraps of carcasses and everything else in the pigsty. Don't want to hold yourselves accountable for anything, actions that are happening outside. Let me call it, shout everybody out, and I'm going to read some of the comments. Rondo, Mikey Hill, what's going on, beloveds? Excuse me, T. Hines, beloved, what's going on? Oh, hi, beloved. Scott Rice, what's going on, beloved? How you doing? Oh, excuse me. Oh, shit, that's burning. Naturally, Toot, how you doing there, hon? They got me too with the update. Forgot to push it back. That's fine, brother. Okay, and I know it is. That's right. Yep. Six Boss. What's going on, beloved? Original Lone Wolf. What's happening, beloved? Russell Brand dropping bombs and they don't like it. And he's not the only one. The professor, all of them. Freedom Live, Grand Rising, Grand Elevations to you, beloved. What's cracking? What's cracking? What's going on, man? Snoo, what's going on, baby girl? Appreciate that. Chris Pro was happening, beloved. Red, like I said on the panel the other day when they was talking about all this Monopoly game shit, I was like, I'm tired of playing the Monopoly game. I'm at the point now where I just ready to for big ass. I hate you, bro. I hate you to come and watch all that shit. I know that's right. They wasn't happy. Oh well. And you know what? What did I just express? Why would they be happy? They don't know where happiness is. Everything is about chaos. Hey, Lucius, what's going on, beloved? What's cracking? If you don't accept the reality, and the reality being a lie, then how can you move from the lie? How can you dismiss the reality that you're in and be responsible for reestablishing the connection to the truth of the reality and allowing yourself to feel it and know it? Well, if you don't want to do certain things, because yes, our people worked in metaphysics. It is truth about certain things, the hand gestures. There is truth in certain things and doing certain things. And if you don't know, well, you probably need to start learning those things and quantifying them and knowing exactly what you're doing, because they have theirs that work in opposite. Even from this, to switch from the left to the right, and then to bring it cordially to the center, bring it and then cup it, and you pyramid it, because the reality is we're not fucking-naki. Why would we be the thing that ruled over us laying dormant and they're feeding? And they can't wait until we're good and weak to come up and enjoy eating. Where do you think the idea of the delectable Negro came from? What are the most succulent parts of the human flesh and body to eat? Isn't it funny how so many bodies have been found without those organs? Like, come on, people. They're literally, I'm going to show you right now. Hey, Papa, you're fine. Let me see if I can pull it up again. I know it's, I'm not going to scroll back. I'll pull it up and just get rid of it. Oh, I want you to know, no, for real. I want you to see this. Adrenochrome supplier, CAS 54068, neurotoxic psychotomimetic, forget the word, agents. So yes, a lot of these people are utilizing synthetic androchrome. Why? How do you think they came by it? Why are so many children missing besides the ones that they're growing in test tubes? It was important to do that in the 80s. I told you I served with a couple of brothers and sisters who had the weirdest looking belly buttons. They were so fucking tiny. Come to realize that they were grown in a tube and then implanted in surrogates. So it's not full term. So they were a little weaker, but they're different because they've been manipulated. The shit they were doing, I was like, nigga. And yet nobody wants to believe it. Cloning is real. I remember sharing a couple of pictures on Facebook, and I don't know if they're still up on here, showing you that they actually not only had the incubators, but had cloning centers for babies and people. If that's the 18 and early 1900s, what the fuck? And then they all of a sudden destroyed and burnt them all when they had the numbers right? Why do you think they're doing all what they're doing? Because they know that you're powerful. They need you weak. And they need obviously those individuals who they can equip to fight you before the certain people snap and turn on and start fighting back in incredible ways. There are people who got garages and stuff under the ground and missiles that can shoot all this shit down that's flying overhead. People who can hack into every drone that's being flown. The thing is, they're quiet. But you, the roots, the seed, you're stuck. And you choose to remain stuck. It's a choice. Remember a couple of weeks ago I said everybody has a choice? So let me show you what it looks like. And you too can order adrenochrome. Anywhere from the most synthetic, $17, to the real limitless pill of $99.97, to the coach one of over $1,000 to $8,000. So you think that Miss Winfrey doesn't use this shit? They all use it. Hawaii? Oh my goodness. Meth, adrenochrome together? That's like Judge Dredd and that slow-mo. Don't go ordering this shit. It's the dumbest thing you would ever do. You think meth and all that shit's addictive? Ah! You have no fucking clue. I'm not here to push hate, to talk about medicines and pills and all that other shit. I'm just here stating something. What are you going to do? Because it seems like every time I say it, it's the same old thing. You see what I'm saying? Oh, she was a creep. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, brain. And then you... This is messed up, man. And then you go to Philly and LA, you know, Salt Lake City. Oh my God. They're everywhere. I'm trying to think of where they might not be. Even Florida. Florida cleans that skid row kind of quick, but they are out there in the swamp areas, in the back and the behind the bridges and stuff. This stuff got people bent over, zombified. Oh, in Philly, man. I used to go over there and just walk down that strip. I know people over there, you know, and just look at everybody back then. But now with all this crap, K2 and all that other stuff, people, even in the prisons. How's that stuff getting in the most secure facilities? And then you look at the ones where people all of a sudden, all these are getting out that they never got out from before. And the people who will sit there and partake in letting this shit happen. Look at the nigga who was with the sister when so-called Epstein got murdered. He's out here harassing sisters. Sounding like a little melanated peckerwood. Probably one of them lost Negroes. You see what I'm saying? There's only one way you can win. And it ain't by their playing their game. But you must always be dangerous and strapped, regardless. But yet, That's not how you're going to win. You're different. You are impeccably different. You had, back in the 80s, you had CHUD. We thought it was community housing, urban development. It was cannibalistic human underground dweller. People flushing alligators in the toilet. And many of them being found a couple of years later, damn near 16 feet long. Trust me, it's real. Between New York and Newark, New Jersey. Come on, people, this is not a game. Can it be symbolic to be a symptom to create a symptom? A symptom to create a symptom? Very possible. Yet there's too much information. Let's say if the rules were created, the walls, like say the rules played, the walls of all the antiquity were created right before the reset. Then what do you have? But the problem is that's kind of hard because you literally have brothers and sisters who are fumbling around in backyards, digging, putting bunkers, this, that, and other, and they're finding stuff and they're going, wait a minute. So no, the reality is what you think the earth here is like. So are things happening? You heard what I was saying on the other live, right? They keep talking about this October 4th. I keep telling you, you better be prepared at all time. Before they start scrambling your brains and shutting you down, causing your buildings. They're testing it everywhere. Did y'all see in, is it Turkey? All the buildings that were coming down, just boom, boom, boom. Then they had one building, looked like it was struck by lightning, but you see the explosion and the light right before it hit on the middle of the building and it fell in on itself. All the lives lost, all the tsunamis and floods, the media is not even talking about because they want war. Billions of dollars, not to take people on the land, taxpayer money going to foreigners coming on the thing. When I told you there's a lot of goddamn commandos who came over here. So the CIA and FBI ain't doing shit about it because a lot of them are part of the fucking problem, but they're weaponizing the IRS, the USDA, certain individuals, the post office, so that way they can deal with your ass. Because you don't know how to come together and get your head out of fucking hot. You don't know how to put down that cell phone, take a fucking breather. You don't have to listen to those of us who actually know something. But they're not here to, those of us who know something ain't trying to stop shit. I want to see a little more balance. But you niggas don't even want to be balanced. They here in Cali, they got 2 Spanish chicks walk out crazy house and running around. Yeah, they letting them people out on purpose, see? You feel what I'm saying? Come on, you should know that already. Come on, man. And the thing is, nobody wants to address these things. Why would somebody want to address these things? Is there any relevance to it? No, we got a lot of people still want to be all religious consorts. This, that, and other. There's nothing wrong with that. Remember, I've said that numerous times. But the reality, a lot of things level over our people. It's from, but has nothing to do with who and where and why. Other than an end of the episode. A not very good ending of the episode. Sorry, when I started listening to the phone. That's fine, brother. It's technology and towers. I was watching this. Yeah, I was there when the towers came down. That makes sense. Yeah, I was there. I went to help and all that shit. The motherfuckers didn't want none of us around that. Yeah, we're veterans, bro. Recently got out. I'm here to help. Start picking up moving shit. It definitely ain't nothing. Oh, no. We can see shit burning still. Like, those of us who work with orders, like, nigga, that's magnesium. What the fuck? Ain't no magnesium in that building. Or in the plane might be the brakes and maybe certain things in the plane, but I worked on jets, fighter jets. And I'm like, man, hell no, that's magnesium. Look at the shit like it was cut. Sir, we need y'all to leave. We need, what? Nigga, you got 5 police guys crying and shit, talking about they heard explosions. I ran down there like I was retarded, man. Right before the second building came down, I had to run into a little bagel fucking shop, and that shit was like a fucking hurricane coming through there. Half-ass dusted, looking like Two-Face from Batman. Not me. Motherfucker trying to take pictures. I was like, nigga, you ain't getting no picture here. What the fuck wrong with you? Yo, Andy Rilla, what's going on, beloved? What's going on with me? But people don't want to hear that, man. And I'm not here to throw conspiracy theories. I told you conspiracy without a theory makes the theory irrelevant, and the theory without the conspiracy makes the, you know what I'm saying? One and the same. So, oh yeah, yeah. There's the fourth book to the. Oh, when I come and read, I'm gonna enjoy this one. The fourth book is there. It's $27. You know, I'm gonna get the other book. I need a little help getting that. Parts 8-2, and so we can go ahead and start reading the Anastasia and stuff. That was the most expensive one out of them all. I got two good ones I'm gonna read from 100 Years of Lynching, and we're gonna get right back in the books our brother Karamil sent, and then we're gonna switch it up and go into the Anunnaki, Garden, the Eden, and all that stuff, and the wars later on in the afternoon. But I've got it situated. Oh, and I was reading this right here. Advanced Medical Intuition. This is one of my favorite books. One of them. All my books are my favorite books, but this one right here is phenomenal. When you want to get to the Tina Zion's Advanced Medical Intuition is a beacon to all who would heed the call of the light worker and healer. In simple, clear, the practical terms, Zion gives readers the tools they need to rise into their natural gifts as intuitives and healers. A combination of instruction based on her decades of experience. Like, I'm not an ugly person. I don't like arguing and fighting, but there's some people who have this inaptitude, and I will broach upon it in the exact same fashion. And if they turn around, arms are always wide open. But know that I'm always about putting the 515s on. And some people, they really don't understand what the 515s really are. 2 footers down, Buddha rooted to the tutor. It's just like when I used to pop the beaks off of chickens, you know? My grandpa would be like, shit, I ain't never done that. Is that boy all right? Cat be like, my grandma, dang bad, he fine. He just really good at that. That's not to bring fear in us. There's a reality behind a lot of things, and people have a hard time usurping those realities. We're dealing with a time of perversions, and nobody's accepting the fact that it's a perversion. And those who are seeing it, they're part of the calamity because they see it for a moment, and then they rule themselves to the other dictatorship as if they're righteous, and then right back into the same perversion because they don't elevate themselves above it. They refuse to do the things and find the things, just like when somebody asked me about putting a name in the salt. There is a way to do it. Just like you could take charcoal and put it at your door. Take eggs at night before you go to sleep and put them under your bed. As long as you ain't got an animal, it's going to crush them. And put them under your bed. Crack them open in 2-3 days. And people say, well, yeah, but that's because they age. Nigga, my eggs are out right now. I don't never put them in the fridge. And the people are so like phenomenally retarded. Salt. Do you know what salt to use? And what kind of bowl? It has to be wooden. And you have to put certain rocks in it to weigh the name down. And a few more things. This is the shit that I know. But this is what keeps us in a dark place. So leave that shit alone. People say, why do you burn? When they come in, they look right. Well, they don't ask no more. Why do you burn candles and you don't? What do you mean? It's not for night of it, because paraffin is poisonous. It's toxic. What do you mean? You see all these people doing the bushcraft and all them little candles they bring? They're fucking their lungs up, the silica. They're putting a very small wax film over it, of paraffin. They go, well, how you know all that? When I burn a candle, I remove myself and any animal or anything. I take the plants out of the room. If I want to wax plants, I go buy wax plants, plastine, whatever you want to call it. And I use black candles for a purpose. But the candles that I use, I make them with charcoal. They're not activated either. They call it all kind of shit. No, there are things that most people shouldn't be playing with. Now, I don't have to do all that shit. The power is in the word. Especially when you know. It's in your breath. It's in your frequency, your vibration. Why else do you think they're doing everything they're doing? Damn, they even turned my little shit down. You see that? Huh. Idiots. And then they come over here as if it's all right. That's why I like reading and having these little speakeasies to broach upon some of the things that people aren't looking at in a whole. But the thing is, some people don't really need to look at it because it'd be too stressful. My neighbor, even when we talk about certain things, it can be overwhelming for him. Just like it can for a lot of you. Don't sit there and act like it can't. There was a period in time when I heard things and was told things that were overwhelming for me. I'm like, I can't accept it. Get the fuck out of here. Are you crack? What? Man, that's just too much. I'm bye. Because, you know what I'm saying? The moment I stop eating that damn Whopper, flame boiled Whopper my ass. And we're talking about like the 90s and shit. The moment I stop eating them shits, I said, okay. I had been stopped McDonald's. The only thing I would get from McDonald's was the French fries because my son liked to hear, stop, drop, shut them down, DMX, open up shop, and eat French fries. Because I put that on. He's got French fries in the back seat in the car seat. I'm like, yes, sir, little bro. And take him and get his French fries and bop into DMX, when I was in the middle, jamming away. There's a lot of things that we look at. And there's a lot of wonderful things in it. Right now, they are so busy showing you ugly. No forgiveness. No beautiful. No wonderful. Everything they're showing you is ugly. They need you to be ugly. This is programming at its best. 90s was solid. 80s was phenomenal. I want to eat none of that shit. R&B is none of it. They're owned by BlackRock and all these individuals. But nobody wants. I stopped the minute they stopped cooking them on a open flame. And they've been doing them in that damn thing, that convection, where it used to be a flame thing and broil it, like real one. They don't have them no more. Because it ain't beef. I don't care what they tell you. That is not, they calling that synthetic shit the human meat. Well, no, the synthetic beef in the same place in San Francisco, they calling it 100% beef. You know that they're moving, the USDA is moving to remove certain labels. Haas avocados are not natural. People think that's natural. And then why are the drug cartels all making the avocados now? They'll murder all those farmers. And the avocados are tasting like shit unless they're grown here. Yeah, right? Right, Chris? Yeah. You no longer smell the food coming through. Nope. Liver and onions is my favorite. Yeah, I used to enjoy some liver and onions. I don't trust none of it unless I carve it up. Carve it up on a reservation from people who I know the cows that are grazing, and they're not spraying nothing on them. The problem is, right now they're spraying like crazy, and nobody can tell because it's not always coming from a plane. It's coming from factories that push the clouds into the air. It's so, I don't know everything about all that crap, but I'm just saying, this is speculatory based on what people are talking about. It's just like the other side to media. You have the lies, and then you have the other things that look at the lies and they process and they give information, and it's like, do you believe it? Well, you look at what's going on. There's nothing natural and normal. So if you don't accept the fact that there's nothing natural and normal, you're going to accept the reality that it's normal to you. You know what I'm saying? They have ways of, look, that shit sensory, you have sensory perception. What is it called? Sensory, I remember, I forget all this shit from psychology and in the military. Sensory deprivation. So people think that this stuff is good, but it's actually sensory deprivation because they're lies. Because nobody knows it, it's accepted. So it's another form of sensory deprivation. You go into the supermarket, you can't even, and you see the sweets and all the junk in the front, donuts, fried chicken wings, and fake ass soups from GMO shit. And then you walk a little further, you see the freezer section and the liquor, the ARCs, and you walk over here, you see automated booths and a couple of motherfuckers, and then you see the fruits and vegetables set up, right? And you walk through there, you can't even smell the fucking fruit. We used to walk down the street and you could smell the leaves, the grass, the fruits, the fucking, you can even smell the goddamn nigger toes. You know, the little, in Florida and Georgia, them little round ass peanuts, the nuts. Listen, man, you can't even smell the shit. And they put a chemical in the fruits, like an orange. An orange is not supposed to be orange, motherfuckers. That's dye. It's colored. Florida, we used to get these shitty ass sun-kissed, raggedy ass oranges, and when I was in Japan, they had the best ones coming from the same fucking place. You can't make it up. These politicians are fucking pieces of shit. This government's piece of shit, and all the motherfuckers behind these platforms are pieces of shit. Well, first of all, it wasn't a pig. And McRib was one of the first synthetic products put out there. All chopped up and glued the fuck together, and people were succulating that shit down. Butterfinger 45. Yep, I remember. Oh, okay. Is it true the real color for carrot and corn is purple? Yes. Well, corn, I had pictures. I thought I posted them of the corn I grew on the res when I was living there for about 10 years. They come in all different colors. White even. And yellow with specks of different colors. This yellow corn you see, even when it says organic, I told you all organic is owned by some fucking out of Albertsons by some Hindu and Oprah Winfrey. They're part of the fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the crescent head dude remind me of Jim Carrey and shit. But anyway, that's a whole other fucking thing. We're not talking about that. But yeah, that motherfucker cracked me up. And you know, the biggest issue here at hand is you see how everything's playing out. And people are willing to stay in the Department of Ignorance. That means to do nothing crews and to talk about everything. I think the chemicals are making everybody talk and not be about the walk. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what? And you see how it was with this. Did you all see in the video footage of these motherfuckers with this dollar Wendy, the penny Wendy's and all this and 50-cent burger? Did y'all see this shit? I had to ride over here and see the fucking thing for myself to see if it wasn't fake. And I was like, and the motherfucking cars was crazy. And I'm like, oh well, they're playing their roles. What was that? Called Indian corn. My sister grew that on their farm. Yes, we all do. We actually were the original growers until the GMO shit came out, so they wanted to change things. The high fructose corn syrup and all the other poisons, the toxins they put in food. Mom was talking about candy a few days ago before they wanted to shut me down on this. Well, I was going to show you about how to make the activated charcoal. Come on, people. When I was talking about the shit that's in certain certain candies that's made by that fucking beetle over there in India, Hindustan. I mean, look at this. What's up with them niggas in New Jersey when them Hindus are all doing the mouthpiece talking when they wasn't nowhere around when I was growing up, and they got one of them little funny ass buildings being built almost finished over there. And they're talking about the vax and everything. What is wrong with these Negroes? And yet I see them on Facebook talking real big, and yet they're scared to come and comment on my page, and they come and look. It makes absolutely perfect sense now. Let me take another sip of this hot ass shit. Okay, it was a drink, it wasn't a sip. God, dog. I just wanted to get it done. I ordered some cayenne pepper extract. I think maybe I shouldn't have. I could make it. Ain't no telling what they're putting in the stuff when they're packaging it. Nowadays. Oh, God. So I'm doing black seed oil 3 times a day. You can do 3 teaspoons for a week. And then after that, you monitor it off. And don't take sea moss or what's the other one? Don't take those along with it. Now, it's not going to be a problem if you're not eating nothing. But you also want to make sure that your stomach's right. So after that, after about an hour and a half before I come back on, I'll have my rise. When I come back on, I'll be sipping on my rise coffee. At night, and that's why I have to get up at night and take that poo, because I make that clove tea. Now, if you want to help your gut, get rid of some parasites, eat some raw pumpkin seeds. Because right now, it's becoming more and more clear that all these diseases, as we've been reading, are man-made. I remember when Lyme disease didn't exist, and all of a sudden in Jersey, it popped up out of nowhere. People walking around with big fat legs like they got gout. But nobody wants to address the monkeys who are creating it. People are like, I ain't got it and I'm good. And I got on a uniform. I got a law to uphold, policies. A handbook now? The law is in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. That's the fucking law. Every time somebody come talking to me about the civil rights, talking about the Indian civil rights based on 1968 for my people, what are you talking about? I says it takes a nation to hold an audience with a motherfucking president. Who the fuck do y'all think y'all are? You can't do it. And the ones that were able to sit there was only to create division. That's latter, because we had already been infiltrated since Lincoln. How do you know all this? How the fuck you don't? What's that number? There's money and sickness. Yeah, exactly. And it's not even about the money though. That's it, which is the truth though. But it's not even about that. It's about the personification, the perception that you're given. Is the more conditioning, more brainwashing, the illusion. First of all, how is it even money? It's fiat. Why would it be money if Nixon in 71 removed the gold and silver standard, and right after Lincoln, which had a stronger gold standard because they didn't want the Federal Reserve, it was worth something by the proclamation of paying for shit that's free. Because before that, nothing had to be paid for. Not fake history, real history. My great uncles grew up when they ain't paid for shit. We had everything. It's the fucking enemies coming off in Elder Island and over there in California and still fighting a lot of our people and setting up new faces and shit. And then rewriting and changing history and then putting it out in the 60s by way of an education system. When we were teaching everybody all the trades, how to build and this, that, and the other. Yes. Exactly. And it's big time, but you know what the cost is? It's so fucked up. It's the lives. All the lives. The Emerald Tablets is excellent. I actually have the original book, but I also have the one written by that brother, and I have the one written by Herksmith. It's an Ashkenazi. It's a good book though. So I have 3 of them. So we'll get into those down the road. I want to make sure we clarify some things, but that's really a good book. AIM, the American Indian Movement, began in Minneapolis, Minnesota in the summer of 1968. Exactly. It began taking from when 200 people from the Indian community turned out for a meeting called by a group of Native American community activists led by George Mitchell, Dennis Banks, and Clyde Bellacourt. Yes. And they got the fighting with them clan cats or whatever. It was something. It was the craziest shit I ever saw. They got the video footage. But regardless of all that, it's good to have information. There's so much bad information. What's better is to, what was I saying before? Get on the path you're supposed to be on. If you want to go down, go down. If you want to raise up, start doing the things to ascend. Because this shit right here is not going nowhere. You need to rise above the occasion, my brothers and sisters. I don't care about your crayon colors or nothing. We have moved long beyond that. Because the sickness, it's in everybody. So obviously, if nobody's paying attention, everybody is related. Because if they weren't, would they be so willing to kill everybody? We already know the fake Jews have no problem with offering many of their own, millions if need be, to get to a certain point. Because those individuals are not religious. They needed those from wars and everything else who you would consider to be the equivalent, but they're not. It's all a mushmouth game. It's the worst game in the world. And yet people are steadily playing it. It makes absolutely it makes no sense whatsoever. Need to spill out against high-end slum housing, racist treatment, fought treaty rights, and tribal land. Situation of bad illness and poverty. Yeah, but that was all created, and you know why. Like, how many of you actually have researched your land patents. How many took your family's names and went to the proper office or online and researched those names for land patents? How many of you have done it? Because we actually own them all. They need us to be distinct, gone. And yet here we are. The true Atlanteans, the true Mesopotamians, the true all that shit. But because we have certain niggas or alphabets running around, they're the dumbest persons, like the dumbest races. They don't know what they're doing to themselves. They're too stupid. And when these idiots are done doing what they're doing, they'll take them and line them up and get rid of them too. That's how stupid they are. I'm just saying, you all be hypothetical. Play it safe, okay? You're saying that occurred 6 days ago. What are you talking about, hon? AIM is a Native American, Mongolian. It's not our people. It belongs to somebody else, hon. Jack Forbes and all that, well, there was all about that. Even the brother in the movies who died of cancer mysteriously. I'm not going to get into all their names. AIM, we're not talking about AIM, baby girl. All right, it's like AIM is like talking about Kennedy right now. All that. It's everything has a reason. 1968. When I was talking about as far as the civil rights movement, based upon the oratory speech that Mr. Luther King gave, and here we find the Negro languishing in the corners of his own society, and society on his own land. See, what I'm talking about is what it is. It's the Indian Civil Rights Act. Fuck AIM. What I'm talking about, and not in a bad way, I am talking about, baby girl, stay in focus. I am talking about the reality of the situation. It takes a nation. That's why they were in there after Martin was killed. Who are all the people in there who are under the same proclamation on the Civil Rights Act? Those are all Indians. And they were all in there doing the signing of that. And that's what I'm speaking on. And not the individual that came afterwards. And he wasn't there for the Civil Rights Act because he has nothing to do with that. That was for the melanated people of this land, us and us only. But had to be obscured and hidden in history and not taught in those schools other than based upon the Black Caucus and all the other bullshit narratives that have been painted and utilized to say, we're funky ass Jesse Jackson and Reverend Al Sharpton, snapping turtle looking ass, half iguana motherfucking self, where's my civil rights and all that other bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Yes, exactly. AIM was some bullshit started after they killed King. Oh, no, I see what you're saying, baby girl. They're using our plight to gain. I know. Exactly. And that's what they've done with everything. It's like when they talk about culture, I'm like, wait a minute. I've been around that all over the world, and I've seen our culture everywhere. When they talking about jingle dancing, I was like, fuck out of here. Rhythm. That's emulating our shit. Paying homage to the animals, like in Australia, the Canary Islands, and everywhere else, our people did here as well. Because I remember at our original powwows created by the what tribe? Even Tasha G claims to be part of that tribe. They were the first, with some of the people out there, have the very first powwows, which are nothing more extensions of the goddamn family reunion. And they jump right on that when the pale skins start emulating the shit. I'm well versed. But the thing is, I'm talking about ascension or decline or descent. All that shit's for Facebook and all that. I don't care about all that. Okay? I'm talking about what are we going to do? And that's maybe need to go back to the beginning and watch it again and pay attention to what I am stating. I am utilizing things that are pragmatic to some things. And then the other things that need to be not looked at, like media and everything else. Because they've used those as weapons. As weapons. So either we want to stay in the scent and pay attention to all this shit being monopolized and marginalized and manipulated, or we want to rise above it and say, fuck all that. And start having a real union. Because I said it again. I'm going to say it again because I said it before. We do a lot of talk, but no fucking walk. Because if we walked in it, we would know. And today, for us, it's very important to know this, but it's not to alienate unless the motherfucker has a false face. That's why I say segregation is important. I'm not talking about fun fake ass races or crayon colors. I'm saying so all people will have a better, but see, I think it's a little too late for that shit. Okay? Focus. Because I'll bring everybody back on track. I have no issue with that. I know exactly what is going on and what I'm discussing and why. But we're going to shut it down. I know you with me, baby girl. It's not about that. When you speak things, I need people's minds to be focused on what the attire that I'm laying out for them to wear. And then they can fit it themselves. You dig what I'm saying? They can go and find, or be their own seamstress and make it where it fits them appropriately. That's what we do. We share information. And then we say, well, does it benefit me? Or can it benefit somebody else? Well, look, I'm not so big on this train, but check this out. I'm going to explain to you how this locomotive works. And I'm going to tell you about the following, the coal car. And then I'm going to tell you about the dining area and the rest area and the caboose. Some people might not want to get on that train. Let's stay on that track. Instead of doing this shit, feeling out, we're not octopuses. Focus. Okay? We need pure blood. You goddamn right we need some pure blood breeding and seeding. And to be removed. There's no reason to hate them. Baby girl, they're an extenuation of us too. I don't give a fuck how people feel. They're just as ignorant. They're an extension of us. Like most people. It's the motherfuckers that are hidden. Okay? Star seeds, they always say that shit. There's no such thing as a star, but you know what I mean. Catch you later. Gotcha, beloved. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down so I can get myself situated, get my rods and everything else hit. And you're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? And we can come back in about an hour or so, and we're gonna get our first read, and I already expressed what it's gonna be, and break bread with that. We can have a little convo. And everything I'm not saying here is the things that you know are facts. But everything that I'm suggesting or proposing could be the proponent of something just to look at. Do the research. But the reality is we do need to come together, and I'm tired of saying that. It used to be a time when motherfuckers say, let's come together. I guess you got to be some big motherfucker and say, hey, we need to be at the Capitol, 1,000,000-man march, and all like that means some fucking shit. I'd rather see a 1,000,000-man army created. What the fuck is all that 1,000,000-man march shit? So anyway, this is what I'm talking about. The people will divide our people and take them to a place of unconsciousness to subjugate them to shit that is paramount to nothing. And then people sit there as if they did a wonderful thing because they dress up in costumes. I'd rather be butt fucking naked, wrestling a motherfucker saying, nigga, low punches are legal. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Because that motherfucker be talking about, that nigga had a hang time, nigga. Look at my shit. Because I'd be like, motherfucker, what I tell you? Carry that nigga on my shoulder. God, don't fuck with. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference. And I'm not violent. I'm not advocating violence. Y'all know that. I'm platonic in a relationship with the truth of love. But God damn it, you need to be ready. Because they have broken everybody down. Not just physically, but fucking mentally. But in order to get to the physical, you had to deal with the mental. So mental was first. Division, separation. What a hellified reverse collaboration, isn't it? My beloved sisters, I'm going to say this last word. The women are our most powerful tool. And we are the most powerful weapon to protect it. And anybody feels different than that, you can leave, don't ever say nothing to me, go on about your life, and stay right over in that department. Love and respect you all. Chat with y'all later.